Welcome students. I am Kaushik Pal, Assistant Professor of Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology. Our subject is Digital Image Processing. The code is EC703A and this is an elective paper for final year and semester. In the previous presentation, we have studied several topics. Among them, we have studied the basics of digital images and what is the requirement of digital image processing and why it is known as digital image processing. Today we will study a little bit in depth about digital image processing. So in this slide we have to study what is image processing. There is two terms, one is image, another is processing. That means we must do something on an image. Now what is the aim or motto of image processing? To enhance the quality of the image. Digital image processing involves several points that will be mentioned here. Improvement of pictorial informations for human interpretation. That means if there is some image, by image processing we can improve the pictorial informations to better understanding for an human being. So by this way the quality of the image may be enhanced. If we want to store the image, then also we require different type of processing. So processing of image data for storage, transmission and representation for autonomous machine perception. That means if there is some autonomous machine, to understood that particular machine we require this type of image processing. To store some image, and also nowadays the transmission of image is very popular. Lots of digital ways are there by which the images are being transferred. So if the size of the image is too large and if there is some limitations of the memory locations, then lots of processings are there. As an example, we can mention image compression. So by image compression we can reduce the size of the image, and in this case we have to also remember about the quality of the image. So better compressions means less quality and less compression means better quality. So to store some image and to transmit those images, we have to make a trade-off between the quality and the size. So for this issue, processing of an image data is used to store as well as transmission and representation for autonomous machine perception. There are lots of algorithms are there which are being used to the input image to form a new image. So the new image is known as the processed image, whereas the input image is known as the original image on which the processing is being done. In this case, the input image and the output image both will be shown here. So you can see the first image is the original image, and after using image processing algorithm, here we have used Sobel filter, we can have the processed image. So easily we can find the difference between the original image and the processed image after using the Sobel filter. Now in detail, when we will study different type of filtering techniques, then Sobel filter will also be discussed in depth. Here we will just mention what is the use of Sobel filter. If we want to have the edge of the image by sharpening that particular image, we generally use the Sobel filter. So here we can see at the processed image that it is much more sharpened than the original image, and the edges are very clearly visible in case of processed image rather than original image. So here the original image and the processed image both are the image, but here we have used image processing algorithm known as Sobel filters. So there are lots of other also different type of algorithms which we can use to perform this type of processing. Now improves an image for human interpretation in ways including image display and printing, image editing, image enhancement, and image compression. So if we want to display or if we want to print some image, it may require different type of image processing algorithm by which we can enhance the quality of the image. If we want to edit some image, so in that case also we require different type of algorithm. Editing means the output will be as per the requirement. Image compressions I have already mentioned, it is a very useful tool. So image compression is the process by which we can reduce the size of the image so that we can store or we can accommodate more number of images in our storage space. So in this image compression technique, the size may be reduced but the quality may also degrade. So if the image is so that we can compress it, so we use this different type of image compression algorithms, and we also keep in mind that the image should not be distorted so that it cannot be recognized. The next is types of digital image processing. Here we can see three types of image processing can be done. The first one is image to image transformation. The second one is image to information transformation. The third one is information to image transformations. So three type of transformations is given here. In the pictorial representation also we can see that the first one is image to image transformations. That means here the input is an image, the output is also an image. So we have used different type of algorithms to convert a particular image to another image. In the second example we can see here we have the input as an image and we are getting some informations. So here also we are doing image processing using different type of algorithms, but the difference is at the input we are giving some images and at the output we are getting some informations. So if we want to extract different type of features of an image or different type of information from an image, this process is generally used. Now what do you mean by information? Information of an image means what is the size of the image, what is the dimension of the image, what is the date, or is it a color or binary image. So lots of informations may be there. Those are being extracted by different type of algorithms. And the third one is if we give some informations by using several type of image processing algorithm, it may convert that particular information to its equivalent image. So in this case we are giving input as different informations, and from those informations and using different type of algorithms we can easily generate some images. So these are the three types of digital image processing. Now we will see some examples by which we can have some idea that why we should use image processing or what is the purpose of using image processing. Here we have taken some example. The first images we can see of an aeroplane having a lots of dots there. So the particular image having lots of dots is known as noisy image. So if the image has lots of noise, we can remove those noises to get the denoised image. So this process is known as noise removal. So noise may be some unwanted signal which may destroy the original image. So denoising is the process by which we can easily have the denoised image to enhance the quality of the input image. In this case, the input and output both are the image. In the second case, we can see there are some also noise, and those noise have made that particular image much more blur. So in the second image we can see if we denoise that particular image or we can sharp the image, we can get better quality of image. This is a biomedical image, and we already know that for biomedical images this image processing plays a very important role. So image processing gives different type of ideas by which the treatment or the different type of recognition may be much more easier. The third one we can see, this is a chip level design, and the first image has lots of noise, so it cannot be visible very clearly, but after denoising we can see the image which is very clear and it is very smooth also. So these are the three sets of images by which we can easily understand that if there are lots of noise, the image quality may be degraded. But by using different type of denoising algorithm, we can have the noiseless or denoised images. Here another example we can see, which is also another type of image processing, that is known as contrast adjustment. So first we should have some idea on contrast. There is some basic terms. One is brightness. So what do you mean by brightness? The brightness means the amount of light which is coming to our eyes from different pixels is the brightness, and the contrast is the difference between the intensity level of two pixels. So if we just consider contrast, that means we must have to consider more than one pixels. Now difference between all those pixels in the level of intensity value, we may have the contrast. So enhancing the contrast means enhancing the difference between the intensity level of two pixels, and to reduce the contrast means to decrease the difference between the intensity level of several pixels. So here we can see the first image which have low contrast, and the middle one is original contrast, and the left one is high contrast. So depending on different type of human visual system, we can either use this low contrast or high contrast image, and this median or middle picture is known as the original contrast. The next one is edge detection. This is a very important features for digital image processing. Now what do you mean by edge? Edge is nothing but the outer boundary of any image or any object. Here we can see the first image is a color image, and after having the age detection techniques or after using several age detection algorithm techniques, we can have the second picture. In the second picture we can easily see the ages. That means all the outlines are very much clear here. So these age detection techniques is very important nowadays. So for face recognition system, this age detection technique is very important. And also for different type of segmentation technique, this age detection technique is used. So there are lots of algorithms are there, among them Sobel algorithm, Canny algorithm, Prewitt algorithm. So these lots of algorithms are there. Those algorithms are used to detect the age of some objects or entire image. So this is another examples of digital image processing by which we can have the processed image. Here also the input is an image and output is also another image. The next one is region detection or segmentation. It is also very important phenomenon in case of digital image processing. Here we can see one biomedical image which has been given as the input, and the next one we have obtained, that is also another biomedical image. So at the first image lots of portions are there, but if we want to have or if we want to do process on some particular regions, so that can be isolated or that can be derived from the original image. That particular situations is known as region detection or segmentation. Here lots of regions are there. So if we want to separate out some portions or some regions from the entire image, we should use segmentation. So what do we mean by segmentation? Segmentation is the process by which we can subdivide the entire image into some small portions, and those portions are also known as ROI or region of interest. So region of interest is a very important term. That means those region which you want to do any type of operations or any type of performance, those are known as region of interest. So here we can easily isolate different, or we can easily subdivide different type of region by using segmentation algorithm. So segmentation algorithm is very important to have or to detect different type of regions. Here we can see 3 regions has been easily segmented from the image, and they 3 are colored. One portion is colored by blue, another is colored by red, and the third one is colored by the violet color. So these 3 are the region which we have detected from the input image using the segmentation algorithm. So this is also another algorithm we generally use to have this digital image processing. Now image compression. I have mentioned a little bit about this image compression. This image compression is also very important in case of digital image processing. Now from the term compression, what does we mean? Compression means to reduce the size. Now first of all we should have a clear idea about the dimension of the image and the size of the image. The image must have some width and some length. So that is the dimension of the image, which is represented by row and column. But the size of the image is what? The size means how much it will occupy in the memory location. So more megapixel camera if we use to have some image or to capture some image, the size will be much more. Lesser resolution or megapixel camera will give you lesser size of image. So if you want to store these high resolution image, you require much more memory location. So if you don't have that type of memory locations, or if you want to store more number of images in that particular memory location, this image compression technique is very much useful. By using this image compression technique, we can easily reduce the size of that particular image so that we can accommodate or we can store more number of images in our memory location or in our memory devices. Nowadays, image transmission is very important through email, through different type of social media app like WhatsApp, Facebook. We generally use to upload the image, and we also transmit those images to different numbers. So these image compression techniques allows several images to compress or to reduce the size, by which it will not occupy much more memory locations, also much more bandwidth for transmission. So lots of image compression techniques are there. Among them, JPEG, the full form is Joint Photographic Expert Group. JPEG compression is a very standard compression technique which is generally used to reduce the size of the image. Here we have two images. One is original image, which is given at the input of the compression algorithm, and at the output we are getting the compressed image. If we use JPEG algorithm to compress the input image to its output, we can see here in this example the original image have the size of 2.1 MB. After using the image compression technique, the output is 308 kilobyte. So from 2.1 megabyte we are getting 308 kilobyte. So you can easily say how much compressions we are getting from there. So this is the 15% of the original image. So this is the process by which we can reduce the size of the image. So image compression is another algorithm used for digital image processing. The next example is image in painting. What do you mean by image in painting? Suppose if you have a very old image that may be damaged, so that damaged image may be restored using this image in painting algorithm. So lots of image in painting algorithms are there by which we can enhance the quality of the image by restoring the lost portions. So how it generally restored the image? By using the pattern of the particular image. So here we can reconstruct the corrupted or destroyed parts of the particular image. So here at the input we should feed the damaged image, and we can see after using this image in painting algorithm we get at the output the restored image, and it is very clear from this image that the input image was damaged due to different type of mishandling or other issues, that is very much restored at the output size. So easily it can be visible from these two images. So this is also very much useful to have old images restored for the new one. So this is also a very important image processing algorithm. Now it's very important nowadays, lots of movie special effects, that is also known as VFX, or other effects are also there, which is also known as movie special effects or artistic effects. Those are given in case of this digital image processing. So by using digital image processing, we can get lots of these effects. So here movie is nothing but the collection of several digital images. So there is a term FPS which is used for a video file or a video. FPS, the full form is frame per second. So FPS is the term, that means there are lots of frame. Suppose if there is 64 or 32 FPS, that means per second, those are the still images that has been captured per second. So if we can process each frame, so the video can be processed. Now each frame is nothing but any digital image. So digital image processing also deals with this type of artistic or movie special effects. So by this we can easily understand the importance of digital image processing. Now applications of DIP. There are several types of applications we can see. First one is medicine, then the security systems, then the document processing. The next one is law enforcement and forensic. The next one is photography. Next, GIS. Then space exploration and astronomy. And the last one is video and film special effects. So these are the fields on which the applications of digital image processing is very much necessary to enhance the quality of the image. So first one is for, we can see the first image is for biology and the next one is astronomy. So for these two case we should use the application, we may use the digital image processing to enhance the quality of the image. So for the biological image, we can see here is a microscopic image that can be enhanced. So if we require, the image quality may be improved. As well as for the astronomy, here the image is being reconstructed for or using different type of parameters. The next one is medicine, that means biomedical field, and the next one is security or biometrics. So nowadays these different type of image processing techniques are used in biomedical fields as well as security fields. In biomedical fields, lots of imaging techniques like MRI, CT scan, X-ray, USG, ultrasonography. So lots of imaging techniques are used which are very much important to diagnose as well as for the treatment purpose. So those images, if the quality of the images is not at par, so different type of image processing algorithms are used to enhance the quality of the image. That's why it is nowadays termed as digital X-ray or digital MRI. So that means after having different type of images, the quality of the image can be seen, and if required, that can be enhanced. So nowadays the image processing applications is very much popular in biomedical field. The next one is biometrics or security purpose also. So this is a fingerprint. We can see that particular fingerprint is being processed by different type of image processing techniques, and this is also nowadays very much popular. These biometrics are used nowadays for authentication purpose, for copyright purpose, for attendance purpose. So lots of applications are there for these biometrics, and these biometrics images can also be enhanced if required by these image processing algorithm technique. Now here another example has been given. You can see the first images is MRI image of heart of a dog, and after detecting the age of that particular image, we can see the age detection after getting the age of that particular heart. So here also the age detection algorithm is used in case of this biomedical medicine field. The next example is satellite imagery and personal photos. Personal photos is very common. After taking the images, if we want, we can enhance the quality of the image, or we can process the image. Not only that, after taking the image by satellite, if it requires, the image can also be reconstructed, the image can also be enhanced depending on the requirement. And this is applications of image processing, geographic information system, GIS. So here also we can see it can be used either for weather purpose, or we can also use this image for satellite image also. So here two examples are there by which we can easily see the use of image processing in these two fields. The next one is applications of image processing for law enforcement. So as we have already mentioned, the fingerprint technology. So here also fingerprint technology is used to identify different type of criminal offense, and the number plate identification can also be used for this number plate recognition for these different type of speed cameras or automated toll system. Suppose in any car is moving over the limit or over speed, so that can be captured, the image can be captured of the number plate, and that can be processed. Here we can see first from the image the information being extracted, and you can see the for the first images the plate is the image of the plate is being captured, and from there the informations has been taken or information has been gathered. The first image is for the number plate recognition, and the next one is fingerprint recognition. So this in this field also the image processing technique or digital image processing is being used. The next one is applications of image processing for identification. So nowadays different type of identification or different type of techniques are used. Among them, one is known as face recognition, and that is gesture recognition. So nowadays these are very popular, and this is for sophisticated purpose, sophisticated system. These gesture control and these face recognition algorithms are widely used either to identify the people or to identify the gesture of any human being. So these all are the applications of digital image processing. So we have understood that what are the requirement of digital image processing and the different algorithm techniques which are being used to process an image to enhance the quality of the image. So thank you students, hope you have understood. Thank you very much.